And hello, everybody, and welcome back to the stream. Or if it's your first time here, welcome. Hope you're all having a fantastic Saturday, or whatever day you're watching this on. And we are back. So yeah, I'm a little late because I was being a bit happy about TennoCon. I thought that was a pretty fucking cool demonstration stream they did with the reveals. You know, this is not, however, a Warframe stream. This is Skul, the Hero Slayer. We have gotten as far as to the third boss. So, and we have a decent amount of our meta progression going, so hopefully we can get on to it and have a good enough run that we can learn a bit about the third boss, or even take it down. I also might occasionally munch on popcorn, and hopefully that doesn't come through in a way that is annoying in the audio. And boom. All right. No, I have no cat food, bitch. Fuck you. Shut up. Okay, I need 400. Go further into those. Petty thief with backstab? Yep, sure. Okay, yeah, sure, whatever. When swapping increases attack speed. Well, what? All right. Money. Ooh. Teleports and performs 3 consecutive genie slashes. Cool. Cool. That's very good. Nice. Every time you use a skill, decrease the swap cooldown, attack speed, and wound. Now I need to heal. How would that work with the teleportation, I wonder? It's just really fast, I guess. Fuck you. Yet he throws snowballs? I think this is physical attack, so we'll do that, yeah. No bones for upgrading. I'm eating that popcorn way too quickly. Yikes. Ooh. Okay, probably gonna do that. I guess I should have gotten the big bowl. Reach enemy nearby, increase your physical damage by up to fucking 90%. How about yes, please? Oh wow, the arrows are fucking decimating them actually. Man, I really like Werewolf, but... Well, I mean... Yeah, let's do it. They're both these weird physical damage characters that for some reason they deal magic damage with their abilities. Which I guess the point is that it's supposed to allow for hybrid builds. But still. Holy shit! Okay, well, at least there was a lot of damage. My companion's head! Why, thank you, I will take those bones. What on fucking earth? Okay, this is really fucking cool, but it is not physical damage, so I have to turn this into bones. Like, there's, like, what the fuck else am I expected to do? Gotcha. Yeah, that wasn't hard. That wasn't very hard at all. Hope we reach a point where the second boss is also just not hard at all. Hmm. Hmm. So after 30 stacks, it turns into the World Tree Seed. Magic attack. Gold gained at crit rate for 25 seconds when hit. Let's take this. Awaken the werewolf. Hell yeah. Elder werewolf. Okay, we'll talk to you again. Awaken this one. 30 bones. Wait a minute, can I do the same? More bones. Oh my god. Boom. Holy fuck. Yep, that's physical damage, all right. What in the fuck is happening? Oh, wow, okay. That's quite a lot. Hide the satellite for 2 seconds, summons 2 mirror images. The mirror images perform combo attacks, dealing physical damage. With buttons press once more, reappear in giant form, and throw a punch. Huh. Apprentice Genie. Very interesting. Whoops. Okay. Oh, what's, Hunt. Charges forward and bites an enemy, dealing physical damage. Affected enemies take 100% amplified damage for 3 seconds. When enemies defeated with this skill, the cooldown is reset. Ooh. Melee attack when this is not Warframe. You fucking serious? It's fine. what? There's like dogs. Die. Okay. Yeah, we are just fucking going wild, man. Stunning enemy deals additional physical damage, increases physical attack by... I don't think I have any stuns. Projectile damage when there are no enemies around. Oh, these all suck. I guess I'll take this, even though I don't really think I have any means of stunning. A physical damage blast? Yes, I think I do want that. Bomb Skull is funny, but it's not what we want right now. Let's go in this boss-looking door. Did I get stunned? I stunned one of them. I don't actually know. Nice. Berserker Skull. That's pretty cool. Let's destroy this, though. We'll use the bones for yet more. This is a crazy strange build of just dashing and dashing and dashing. Okay, we're gonna fight one of the dual bosses. Oh, these guys are not too bad. What the fuck? Nice. Woo! Oh, what the fuck? Oh. Fuck you. Okay. Only lost a little bit of health. Enough health that it mattered, and I needed to heal, but not that crazy. Yay, quintessence. So I assume I need 100 bones to now awaken one of these fellas, yeah? Let's go to the treasure door. Oops. Oh, here we go. Nice. Okay. Ooh. I like it. Stunning an enemy. I don't know if that's how valuable that is. I don't want to heal. I don't want to bother. Wow, Solar Sword, just boom. Big, massive attack. Let's see. That's too good. Yep. Swap out the amulet. Go this boss-looking door. Whoops. For us to break down. Man, that Elder Lich Skull we got earlier really helped us out. Whoa. Wild. Oh, boss time. I feel pretty okay about this. I feel like I deal so much damage. Like a hell of a lot of damage. Time to kill more big titty ladies. I stunned her. What the fuck? I don't even know. And then, okay. Next one is gonna go nuts. Ow. Ugh. Gotcha. There we go. Fuck you. Okay. Heal myself by quite a lot. Every 5 seconds, your physical attacks amplify physical by 20% for 1 second. Based on the number of power skulls owned, the amount of damage amplified increases to 40 to 80%. I only have 1 power skull. Every 5... I don't want to have to go in tempo with that. Wow. 70% midair. That's crazy. Attack speed. Increased attack speed. Every 3rd normal attack casts Golden Wound on an inner enemy dealing physical damage. Huh. This could be really good, actually. I don't know how well this works or makes sense. Probably this, honestly, actually, yeah. Alright, can we get to the 3rd boss? Oh god, what the fuck? Well, well, well. Okay, I'll see about turning... I want to see if I can make my first skill into... I want my first skill to be physical damage, so let's see if we can do that. Okay, so we have... Okay, we have a new number 2. Ah! Damn it. It's fine. Oh, there's a ghosty goo inside that. That's cool. Let's go in the boss door. Just enemies. Ow, wow, that was a lot of damage. Oh my god, everything fucking explodes. Everything fucking explodes. Luckily we got a vendor here. That's not nearly enough healing, but okay. Crit rate, attack speed and move speed by 20. Okay, so this would help Werewolf out a lot. I can't afford to restock either. This only helps one skull, man. Yeah, I'll just go without. God damn. Fuck my life. I am so close to death. That is not good. That is very bad. Yeah. I accidentally just ended up inside that. Fuck. Well, we got pretty far, at least. Okay, let's go and... Okay. Skill cooldown of balanced skulls. Damage received by power skulls. Oh, man. I would really like to just get those up. Oh, and then we can do that, sure. Treant. Okay. Physical damage. Fucking fuck. Ooh, when enemies defeated, recover hit points. That sounds like one of the best blessings I could possibly get. I don't have a double dash. Okay, how much health do I regain? 1. That is still good, though. Physical, magic. We'll go with the physical. What the fuck even is this skill? Nature's Fury. Slams the ground with both hands. It's just, okay, I don't know where the fireball is coming from, but... Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to do that, but oh well. Rare. Wood statue. Speed of skill cooldown button. When hit, this item will no longer be effective for 10 seconds. Taking damage increases physical attack by 60% for 2 seconds. These are very interesting, but I don't know how pragmatic they are. if I pick this up, it's just really fast, so okay, whatever. Skeleton pike. Okay. Why am I throwing a fireball? Oh, it's this thing. No, wait, no, it's not. That doesn't make it... Why am I throwing a... Physical damage to an enemy dealing... Okay, 20-second cooldown. Okay. Using a skill launches a fireball. Oh, okay. Huh, interesting. Well, I don't need to heal, and I have no money anyway, so this was a useless moment. This guy is easy. Ow. I genuinely just did not pay attention right then. Is this all he does? Okay, dead. Ooh, warrior skull. Ooh. Ooh. I'm gonna take warrior skull. Cool. We only have 5 bones, so no point in this. Let's go. Cool. What? Warrior is a little slow, but I don't know if I care. Ass little motherfucker. Wait, what? What? He was just hidden? Okay, I didn't even know where the fuck he was. Money! Okay. Holy shit, that one shot, the big guy. Whoa. poison when hit. Dash attack damage, sure. I am not very powerful right now, especially in comparison to the last run. Do I have like a cooldown on my dash when I'm playing that guy? I think I'm pretty weak right now, if I'm gonna be honest. Oh my god. I'm dead, by the way. Yeah, I was pretty fucking weak right there. That was pretty bad. So, what type? It's a balanced skull. Okay. Alternating a third time increase magic damage on surrounding enemies. I don't... What? I don't have any siblings to betray. You watched Tenokon? Yes, I did. Very interesting. Oh yeah, and I got my Mesa Prime. I was leveling her up before I turned the stream on. It's pretty neat. I suppose what I'm disappointed about is I was hoping that we would have more to do with Era and Pazul going on. I was hoping that the faction on Tau was Narmer. And technically it's not impossible that that could still happen, but it appears to be something very different that is still welcome as an idea. Like, I didn't think I would ever see H.R. Geiger Noir, but somehow they did it. Somehow they did it. They somehow did Noir, but with H.R. Geiger, and I don't know how. So yeah, like I'm impressed. I was still hoping that there would be more, again, to do with Narmer and all the shit that happened in New War. Because like New War is that one plot point in the series where my brain keeps coming back to it and being like, it's kind of some weird shit you need to explain, I think, but I think it's kind of impossible. Narmer died with Balance. Though I am curious what Hunhow would think of Tau now, since the sentients seem to be doing the same thing humans did to the Soul System. It's very... oh, by the way, I finished the Jade Shadow's Constellations. That was really fucking interesting. I'm not sure what to make of it yet. Like, the aesthetic I like a lot, but I'm not sure what to make of it. Because the sentients have always been intriguing to me in that they are very human machines, but they're also just extremely alien. And that contrast sort of creates both a problem, but also an intrigue. Because it's like in Old Peace, it was like, oh, without the lotus flower, we will devolve back into a hive mind. But then in modern Tau, like thousands of years later, they aren't completely a hive mind, but they become a hive mind when the rain happens. So now I'm not entirely certain what to make of the sentience situation on Tau. Like, I'm not sure what to make of what's happening to them, because they for thousands of years they haven't had that flower that lets them have their individuality. So how do they still have their individuality currently? I'm not sure if the rain just makes them crazy or if it hive minds them. There was some, in some of the dialogue, they were talking about that, like, they were mentioning hive minds. Sexy sentience wasn't something I expected. I'm not totally against the whole notion, because again, we're sort of looking at them with their human individuality intact. So the idea that they would have aesthetically pleasing things going on in their civilization is totally fine. It does sort of call into question how the fuck do they even reproduce. Like, it's not like it would be weird if it was sexual selection, like what humans do. Because I would figure that they just like populate, you know, like by building themselves. I just don't get why they have titties. They aren't mammals. Did they have? The one dancer woman in the trailer didn't seem to have boobs. She just had like a wasp waist. So I don't really recall seeing actual titties. Unless I missed it. Unless there was like a prostitute or something that I missed, and she had like outright, like actual fat sacks on her chest. Like, I mean, like, why have anything resembling it? Again, because what makes them such an interesting science fiction AI race is that they are very human but very alien simultaneously. So like when they have their individuality, they have the ability to comprehend human beings and have like human emotions. That's why Hun Hao and the Lotus and Era all had personalities and emotions and stuff. So it's not completely absurd that their individuality would lead them to mimicking the human form in some instances. Again, I was hoping that Narmer was going to be like the main faction taking control of the Tau system, because like I don't really because again, like New War has like there's so many fucking questions that are still up in the air as to what the fuck any of that, like so much shit happened and it's like not addressed anymore. Like there's just so much shit that hasn't been addressed from that plot line that I've been waiting for it to be fucking, you know, at some point mentioned. Honestly, I feel like it was just rebelling to push the bounds of sexuality rather than any lore reason. For the feminine shape on the sentient woman, I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, like, here's the thing. Narmer never made it to Tau. We stopped it beforehand. Yeah, but like, where did the army from New War even come from? That's like, how the fuck, where did the sentients even muster their army from? Was it just Era who brought his army back to the fucking origin system? Is that what happened? And then Ballast took over the Narmer army? Like, that's what I mean. In that, like, I don't know where this army from New War even came from in the first place. with the assumption being, oh, it's the sentients attacking from Tau, because that's where they're from. This is it's a magic damage skull. Fuck. So yeah, I don't. So like New War, just it still has all these questions that are unanswered, and I'm shocked that Hunha is Adis or someone who knows of Adis. I'm very surprised by that. Again, I was hoping it would be Pazul. But yeah, you're right. There's not necessarily a lore reason. I don't think it necessarily needs to have a strong lore reason as long as it doesn't contradict anything. And again, as far as I'm concerned, it appears to me that the sentients have that shred of humanity in them because they originate from human technology, but they're also alien, and their society is very alien, and so all their architecture is very Geiger-esque. And their bodies are very Geiger-esque and strange and spindly. So, you know, I can give them a pass if they have a few sentients that have a more humanoid shape in some aspects. Because they've already done a lot of work making the sentients very alien in many other fashions. You know? Now, it would be really weird if all of the supposed female sentients were, like, all like that. That would be fucking weird, and I would get a bit annoyed, but they aren't, so I don't really mind. They were already here, remnants that were dormant after the war in Seoul. That feels kind of lame as shit. That's kind of lame as shit if that's really the answer. Like that feels like such a silly way to tie it up. Also, Bazul has no way to get back to Tau either. Yeah, but we do. So what I was hoping for is that like there was going to be like some crazy shit that happens where like Narmer tricks us or something, you know. I just feel like there's all these plot threads of New War that are just vaguely up in the air, but I guess they just don't want to really address them because that was a big thing that they did, and they don't really want to bother. Aha! Ah, fuck. I like how Bragton Trotty's new look. Yeah, so I have no idea how HR Giger Noir was possible, but they somehow did it. They somehow did it. And I like that the new Warframe is a proto-frame, but rather than being a human, he's a sentient. I think that's neat. I think that's nice. That's intriguing. I have a lot of money. We can eat that. By the way, Narmer is a name of Balas's empire, not a person. Oh, well, you know, I was wondering what the fuck Narmer even referred to as a name. Like, it seemed very random. And if it's literally just, like, Balas's faction name generically, it's like, okay. Oh well, whatever. If New War just has to sit around being like the weak point in the story, then oh well, you know, I can't change that. What the fuck? I'm sure my brother's gonna be very excited. He's at work right now, though. He might have watched Comic-Con on his phone, though, for all the fuck I know. Let's go in the boss door. Here we go. I don't feel particularly strong, but I feel like we have decent skills. Skills that go hit button. So the reason the main setting forces were dormant in Seoul is because Hun Hao was defeated and sealed in Uranus. The Grineer woke him up with mining operations there. Okay. I mean, I don't know how that explains all their giant capital ships. That woke the rest up via hive mind. Yeah, and then for some reason, Era gave away power over that hive mind to Ballas for some reason. But it's okay, he's not completely stupid because he dies, I guess. They both die, I guess. And I know that the Murexes are sentients. Where the fuck were they? Were they all under fucking ground? Like, what are you fucking talking about? They just floating around in the void, turned off? Like, come on, man. They came from fuck-ass nowhere, let's be real, okay? If their explanation is, oh, they were just all dormant, it's an ass pull, okay? Like, just accept it, it's an ass pull. That is a fucking ass pull. An insane ass pull. Ballas tricked him by telling him he could fix Nata. The Murexes were probably drifting in space. Ow. Probably. That's a keyword right there. Wow, we have a crazy attack speed build, apparently. Jesus Christ. We fucking melted him, even though I feel really weak. But yeah, that's a straight-up ass pull. The Murexes were just floating in space. Okay. An army from fucking nowhere. Okay, alright. Very well. What's this skull called? It's called the guard skull. Okay. Normal attacks can inflict wound. Huh. I need to get ready to replace that piece of shit. I don't know as many items I thought I did. It's the fact that I'm doing all this is pretty crazy. Fuck you, nurses! Or maids, excuse me. Increase attack speed up to 70%. Yes. No, we're gonna help this guy. Gotta destroy these things. Decimating this. Holy fuck. Bones! Oh my god, I have 35 bones. All legendaries. Crits hits deal additional physical damage. Each subsequent crit performed within 5 seconds of this amplifies it. Whoa! Let's get rid of this piece of shit magical bead. We are just a crazy attack speed build apparently. Holy shit. Crit fishing. Let's heal. Magic damage. Magic damage. Quintessence cooldown. I don't even have any quintessence. Poison enemy increases physical. Do I even have poison in my kit right now? Ooh, I do have toxic pendant. I could probably get rid of this just because it's pretty good. It's not that necessary to have it. You can just destroy random items you have. That's kind of strange. Maybe I should have gotten that attack speed one instead, but whatever. Wow, I killed her before she could even spawn anything. More bones. The Mirexes are just, they were just there floating. What the Yeah, I'm very interested to see how the fuck the sentients are portrayed. I really hope that it doesn't end up being stupid again, because, like, Era did not give us a very good show of intelligence for the personalities. I don't actually care to get any weird thing off of her. Dark Paladin, oh, it's magic damage, though. I have to destroy this. Fuck. I am going crazy. Interesting. Always has the hell bite. I could upgrade so many things though by just getting rid of these. 10 bones, yes please. Boom. Now we are a sergeant. Holding an attack in concentration when, physical attack of squad members near this skull is increased. And I have 70 bones. 30 more bones. Make me even more powerful. Officer. Hold yes, pressing up attack when the gauge is full increases the squad member's attack and movement speed by 100%. Physical attack of squad members near the skull increases by 20%. Okay, back to the guard skeleton. Now let's awaken him. Boom. Royal Guard. Normal attacks can inflict wound, infect a tetanus that lasts 5 seconds to bleeding enemies. Enemies with tetanus take physical damage over time. And now we have double slash. Swing the sword behind you and in front of you, dealing physical damage. The backward movement allows you to dodge enemy attacks, and forward attack inflicts wound. Sweet. Well, let's see how it works. That's really cool. We are powerful. Whoa! Wow. I am a killing machine. Holy mackerel, dude. I'm a fucking killing machine right now. Surely I have enough damage on this build that as long as I can get healed up for the next boss fight, surely I can, like, really just overwhelm the boss with damage, right? Skill cooldown. Stunning an enemy wave creates a wave. No. Okay. So this is a pretty good attack speed buff. The ninja star thing is incredibly good. What would I be replacing again? I'd be getting more attack speed and quintessence speed. You know what? Let's get rid of the Carleon sword. Attack speed is really good for us because of our ninja star build. I clicked out! Fuck! Can I please get a fucking heal before you send me to the dogs? So now these guys are squad members, rather than just summons that are very, very temporary. Here we go, finally a heal. Okay, a little bit of healing there as well. Okay. Are you fucking serious? I desperately need this to be a very large heal. Fuck my life, it was only 30%. Each attack increases crit rate by two. Wow. So if I could, so I can get 40% more critical hits. Throws a dagger, deals physical damage. Ooh, I need this. This is healing. I don't want to get rid of the poisoning thing. This isn't actually gonna be useful to me at all, now that I think about it. Do I try this? I think I'll try this. Myself take damage, and I was like, how? That's not possible. I'm killing everything far too quickly for that to be true. Bitch. Rare item. That sucks. Damage will take in midair. Oh, this all. I don't like any of this. This all sucks. And now we have to fight this boss with 36 health. So we're gonna lose. By the way, we're just dead. We're just gonna lose. There's nothing we can do. gonna lose now. I used the ability when it should have given me invulnerability. Fucking fuck. I was so close to actually winning because I was getting my massive attack speed cock out on the table. And I was actually doing stuff right there. Alright. Meta progression is going to become very fucking difficult. Increase move speed after dashing, huh? That's cool, I suppose. Hold on. When damaging with people with knives, leave stacking mark that creates an explosion in the third stack. And then showtime. When swapping, perform a backflip and throw multiple knives. From a rolling jump that throws multiple knives in random directions. That's cool. So Jester is like a hybrid character, so I'm not entirely sure what we're going to be doing with him. So I have a spiritual gnome following me. Let's get another spirit following me. That's funny. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, I did not mean to swap. Q and the number 1 key are very close. Oh my god. I mean, I enjoyed Skeleton Sword last time. I don't know if what we're going to be doing is conducive to what his abilities, though. This town. He hit me once. Might as well get a quintessence. I had to look it up. So the Murex are confirmed to come from Tau in New War. Ballas apparently couldn't ride one back because the only way to go back and forth is through a solar rail through the void or raw travel time. The void is poisonous to sentience, so they can't perform the self-replication necessary to get back and would likely die. So Ballas decided to use their mothership to consume the origin system to punch a portal straight to Tau. Okay, so it makes a bit more sense then. If the Murexes of the Narmer invasion did come from Tau, then surely then we will get lore in the next big story part, where Ballas was working with Hunha, or at least because like if they came from Tau, he had to have some. There had to be some connection faction-wise back to the people of all the sentients on Tau. So I'm very curious to see what the state of the factions and their society is. I want to know why. I want to know what the hell is happening. I assume Arrow was one that contacted him since he was Hunhao's son, and the Sentients would listen to him. Yeah. So, I assume we're gonna get, like, tie-in lore as to why sentient society currently looks the way it does. After having lost the New War. Because, you know, their Murexes and Ballas, they never came back from that. That all failed, so I wonder what that fallout did. Do I want to keep... If I do go with the Hunter here, I don't have to worry about a hybrid build. I can just do a physical damage build. So that makes the tie-in better. I'm still curious as to how the fuck they even work. Because, again, Old Peace seemed to establish that without that flower, they become hive-minded. And so I'm wondering what changed in the last few hundred years or few thousand years that has led to their current predicament. No skeleton bomber. I would assume it's house. Oh, The Super Tau system has been like that for a while. My guess is that Wally made a deal with Adis, but it doesn't seem like Adis is in charge of everyone, assuming Hunra is Adis. So maybe the deal might have something to do with their individuality. Yeah, you're right. It does appear that there might have been some sort of deal. That's kind of strange, though, because I thought the whole point is that the sentients couldn't properly interact with the Void, so it's kind of weird to me that the Man in the Wall would be able to contact them in that fashion and, like, make a Faustian pact with them in the same way that he does with the human, with all the human species. I could have healed, and I didn't, because I'm stupid. And I know that they're sort of dressing it up with, like, a slight noir look, but I don't, it does seem that Hunha is, like, the main enemy leader. It's just that he seems dressed up like a mob boss, but I could be wrong. There could be there could be more factions than just him and the people that oppose him. There could be other people in charge as well. But yeah, but I suppose that if they were able to get their individuality by making a deal with the Man in the Wall, if that is technically possible, then okay, that would cover the reason why they're able to have their individuality. But then that calls into question, what the hell is this black rain that drives them insane? I think it's just the raw energy of the Void that's dangerous all of the case. We have of it being dangerous is them being inside the Void directly. Yeah, but I thought the implication was that the Man in the Wall was able to interact with human beings because of the reliquary drives, and the fact that the human beings, like, we went out of our way to make so many deals with the Man in the Wall via the reliquary drives and with the Tenno and their powers. Like, the Tenno, their powers are more or less sort of from their deal with the Man in the Wall. So like, I thought that that sort of the point was that the sentients could not interact with the Void in that fashion, and that's why the Lotus, like, even needs the Tenno to even exist as a fighting force that she can command. Even though obviously she saved the Tenno out of actual compassion, and is, like, protecting them out of actual compassion. I'm not saying she doesn't have that, but, like, one of the pragmatic necessities of the Tenno is that they're directly connected to the Void. They have Void magic power nonsense. And so the Lotus can't do anything relative to the Void without the Tenno as a fighting force. Because otherwise, why wouldn't the Lotus just create a giant army of mimic warriors, you know? Why would she need the Tenno for anything? And today we were shown the Sentients can make it. Yeah, we did see that. Well, actually, did we see that? Because that was like a memory that she was dunking herself into her memory. It could be that it was the moment of her experiencing the memory that was when the Man in the Wall attempted to contact her, and then the Drifter stopped them. So that might not have been the Lotus making a deal back in time. That could have been the Lotus being approached by the Man in the Wall in the present while she's experiencing the memory. It could have been, so it could be either or. I kind of hope it's the latter, though, because then that would mean that the Drifter is going back in time again to change a deal again. That's like, come the fuck up. Can we not keep fucking things in the lore with time travel? Can we please just stick with the present as often as possible? Please. Like, the Descendia is such a good plot element for the fact that we're seeing hidden memories. We're not actually going back in time. We're seeing hidden memories. I was saying the reliquary drives in the sense that the reliquary drives are like, we cut his fingers off. And so he has a grudge against human beings for that inherent transgression that we made with the reliquary drives. But I didn't think that the sentience necessarily had that same relationship with the man in the wall. But it could be that the man in the wall does see the sentience as in the same way he sees the humans. And to be fair, the sentients have a lot of human characteristics. So the deal was the pretext, I think, is how she got the moon in the void. I think the Drifter thing we saw today was him trying to get... Oh. Ah, I clicked out! Ow. Uh-oh. Ow. Her deal was to protect us, I think? I think the Drifter thing we saw today was him trying to break his deal with the Lotus. Essentially freeing her, but we won't know until the update, I suppose. I don't know why the Drifter would want to break his deal with the Lotus. Whoa! That was a lot of damage. You could be right, though, about her making the deal to get into the void, because that is sort of a thing that was not really explained for a while. Like, we don't know... we don't know what process the Lotus had to use in order to do that. I suppose there was an implication abound that there was an implication abound that like the Tenno used their collective void power to do it, but it put them into the coma for 1,000 years or whatever. Like that was sort of an implication, but it was never set out right. Break Lotus's deal with Wally, telling him that the only way he can get to Tao is through her, and she needs to be released for that to happen. Released for oh god, I hate this time. I really don't want this to be time travel shit again. For the love of fucking god, dude. Maybe it's just a means. Okay, you know what? Maybe they're not breaking any deal. Maybe they're just using the Descendia in order to have a moment where they can speak to the man in the wall. Maybe that's what they're gonna do. And then they make a new deal in the present rather than fucking with the deal back in time. I really... God damn, please don't do another fucking nonsense time travel thing. Please! It's already nonsense with how we got 1999. Okay, it's already nonsense. I don't want more nonsense. Please just keep it in the present. I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure it's him saying the contract is now invalid. Yeah, okay. I hope that's the case. I really do. Because fucking god, don't want more time travel shit. I guess we'll pick that up, because we have synergies that go with it. Didn't seem like time travel. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. $30 bones? Okay, well, what about 10 bones? There we go. Storm. All right, got her before she could make her portal. Yeah, so I hope we have a bit more lore and connections with New World and other parts of the story, but I'm very excited and I'm very happy with the very bizarre but completely comprehensible aesthetic. Like, I do not know how they did Geiger, but as a fucking noir. I don't know how the fuck they did that, but they did it, and I think it works. I think it makes sense. At least it works for me, so. Whoa! Critical hits? Wow, that's crazy. That's a crazy ass looking thing. Oh my god. I'm like critting with every attack or something. What the fuck? Character info. Crit rate 10%. Why am I dealing so much crit though? Like, I keep getting this. Huh. Am I getting crit from some other source? This is ludicrous. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because I think it's cool, but I don't think it makes sense. What do you think doesn't make sense about it? Specifically about the noir, the noir. I'm not sure what you're referring to necessarily. What you say doesn't make sense. I wish they'd revisit the Archons. I want to know what happened to Era. They straight up nuked the third orb on Fortuna, so I hope they don't do that to the Archons. Yeah, that would kind of suck if they didn't address it at all. Ooh, okay, no, I'm not replacing any of my items with any of those. Well, actually, maybe I should have considered going for... thing, it's cool, but it feels a bit out of place. I said the same thing about the proto-frames, but I grew to like them. The reason I like it is because the entire time we've known the Sentients, they have been this very confusing mixture of hive mind robots and extremely distinct individualistic personalities. which for a story that's badly written, for lore that's badly written, that's like a bad thing. That's a contrast that doesn't make sense. But I think Warframe has put in the correct amount of work to make it to get through to us that this is the way in which the sentients are alien, yet still humanoid, because they fundamentally came from human technology. They fundamentally, therefore, have human elements to them, and so the fact that their society evolved in such a fashion that it looks so bizarre, and yet they have that human element to their personalities, I think somehow it has hit my brain in a fashion where I feel like it actually does work and kind of makes sense. I wonder if there's tiers to the sentient hive mind, like if some have more agency than others. Well, clearly that's how it works for all the sentients we've encountered for the most part, because like in the New War, it appears that the mimics are basically all just an extension of the Lotus, and all the Bacchiolists, all the combat ones seemed like they were an extension of Era, for the most part. And then Ballast had his extension where all the people controlled it under Narmer. I don't think he had direct control over those sentients though. So yeah, I do wonder how their hive. I do wonder how it works, because again, in the old piece, they lost access to those flower gardens that gave them individuality, and it had such sweeping consequences that the guardians of those gardens became the Archons, or at least one of them did. At least Amar did. So like, even sentients back then in that time period of such extreme power, like they had that, they became monsters that had a hive mind, right? And so I do wonder what the hell has happened to give them this variance of behavior where some have personality and some don't. Like the Black Rain, what the hell is the Black Rain, and why does it drive them insane and or turn them into hive creatures? You know, so like I'm very curious. There's a lot of room for them to fuck up and for me to be very disappointed with the way they do the lore, but it's also not at all impossible that it'll be very, very, very interesting, like the majority of Warframe is. Because again, like, I feel like there's a lot of New War that just needed more to be said to make it make sense, but the majority of New War is totally fine. Well, the majority of Warframe is totally fine. Oh, I tried to hit E to melee attack right there. Whoops. Seriously, why is every one of my attacks critically hitting? Like, literally, they are all critically hitting. Okay, we have to fight the boss. We have to fight the dual boss. Big Titty Lady and Retard Man. No, I was trying to. I wasn't. Oh, I got him. Okay. Best in Carleon. Fuck you. I'll rob both of you blind. Oh my god, Predator. Oh my god, Predator. Okay, so I've been enjoying using the Archer, but whoa, I almost destroyed it. But Predator is fucking insane. Let's look at my abilities. Hack. Performs a mutilating attack while moving forward. Holding down the button can activate the skill up to 6 times. Spins while advancing in the direction it is facing, dealing a bunch of damage. Tapping the button can activate the skill up to 7 times. Bones. I'm curious how they're gonna prime Briscoe. Also explain what's up with Entrati. I hope it's not Eternalism. I'm not gonna lie, it's very intriguing, like the new look that Entrati has, because I did figure that his look with his jumper was just like a disguise he was using. The way he looks, though, I was paying very close attention. One of his arms is like, it looks almost like it's rotting off to a degree. So it's making me wonder if that's like sort of the remnant of his Oricon modification to his own body. And yeah, I am wondering what exactly the fuck he's doing. Like, because he has amalgam shit going on. Yeah, he has got to have some weird shit happening. What in the fuck is happening? What is my second ability here? Perform 3 consecutive piercing attacks. Oh, okay. Nice. So here's the thing, like, what I've been wondering ever since getting into the fucking lore and plot and stuff, though, is like, what exactly the point is for a lot of this stuff. Because it's like, everyone wants to get to Tau, but we know that in the beginning, that originally the reason is we just want to colonize another star system. Now, the reasoning is something I'm not even really sure of. You know, like, I'm wondering why exactly we want to prioritize that over solving all of the problems of the origin system. And it seems from the trailer that the man in the wall also wants to go to Tau, which calls into question why. Isn't he a void entity? Can't he go wherever the fuck he wants anyway? Like, I don't understand. Why? What? Like, I know that we wanted to go there for some reason because I think we learned that Entrati was going there, or is there. But now it's like, oh, the man in the wall also wants to go there, but why? You know, so yeah, like I was under the impression that we wanted to go to Tau in order to find Entrati finally, because he fled there after fleeing to 99, and after, you know, which was also after fleeing to Duviri temporarily, like, and that was also after he fled to the fucking Middle Ages, and so I'm just wondering, like, okay, so we're going to Tau because we want to find Entrati so we can defeat the Man in the Wall, but now the Man in the Wall also wants to go to Tau, and I don't understand why. Because he's like a void god. Why would he need anybody to do anything, really? In terms of, like, traveling? We literally use the void to travel to break the speed of light. Like, can't he just go wherever the fuck he wants? Or is it some weird nonsense where it's like where like an entity within the void can only travel faster than light unless they go through the real space? Which would be so fucking hilarious if that was the case. That would be so fucking funny. Like, it would be so unbelievably funny. For each nearby enemy. Let's replace this veil. He couldn't enter our world until Andrade first encountered him, so maybe he needs the initial doorway before he can spread his influence, but I don't know, maybe they'll explain it. Yeah, I hope they explain it because it's weird. Because what I think is very commendable about the way Warframe has handled the Void is that they understand that Lovecraftian bullshit is going to be inevitably there. Lovecraftian bullshit nonsense. And so, because of that, if you can't focus on having hard sci-fi in relative to that, then you can at least do extremely good character writing, and that's what they've been doing for a lot of stuff. Like the Kavia and the Hex, the character writing is just so good that you can buy into the fact that all these people are having to deal with this really weird, abstract, Lovecraftian magic nonsense. And so, but like, the further it goes, there's a reason that a lot of Lovecraftian stories end in just death or everybody going insane. It's because after a certain point, you can't just World of Warcraft it and have the story make any sense. You can't just be like, okay, we have this incomprehensible evil, somehow you kill it. No. That's stupid. That's not how it works. That's not how it would work in a good story. Okay, let's replace our Earth Spirit Gnome with Light Spirit Lou. Now we have Light Spirit Lou, and we have a better version of... We have the Dark Spirit Shade. Cool, so every 18 seconds they fucking obliterate my enemies. Sure. I don't have any magic damage enhancers to help them. Of course, the only issue becomes that if the man in the wall is incomprehensible, there has to be some type of end that makes some type of sense in how the fuck we deal with the interactions with him. Because without him being one of the main villains, the question then becomes, well, what is the goal of the Tenno? And my assumption has always been we're trying to help humanity and save humanity. Well, okay, we need to kill the Worm Queen, and we need to fully defeat all of the Corpus factions that are like enslaving people, that are just making everything terrible for everyone. You know, we need to have finality in some of the conflicts that are happening in the origin system. We have to find the source of the infestation and finally destroy it, you know? Like, the man in the wall is like a thing that should be there, but like we can't just World of Warcraft it and be like, okay, he's the final boss and we have to go and fight and kill him. Like, what? No, that's weird. Though now that we have the connection with Adis, we have reason to want to save all the people of Tau as well, because we know that that sentients are capable of being good people and not just mindless killing machines. So there is motivation in the sense that we do want to help the innocent people of the sentients. It's just that it's also one of those things of, it's like, you know, help the people in your own house before you try to help everybody else. You know, like, why? Like, are we really gonna abandon the origin system and with the Worm Queen and the Corpus fucking Council with Parvos Granum still being alive? We're gonna abandon the origin system to go to Tau? Like, okay, I hope there's a good reason for all this to come full circle. Because it can't come full circle by being like, oh, we kill the man on the wall. Like, no, it's not gonna happen. That's not happening. That's utterly ridiculous. That can't be the way that it comes about. Oh, we have a second toxic pendant. Okay. Is that better than the longbow? Maybe. Oh, it's probably better than the kendo stick, yeah. Wow, okay. What the fuck? We're just dying. Oh boy. Oh boy. They said that Wally had to have come into contact with Adis because Adis was saying that we took his light when he was willing to give it to us before. But yes, we have a lot unfinished in Soul. Though I guess there are two of us now, Drifter and Operator. I don't see the story having only Drifter or only Operator going to Tau. I mean, maybe. It's not completely impossible. God damn it. What happened? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ah! I just need to avoid her attacks and then use my super moves on her. Okay. Ow. And dead. Okay. Maybe this is Operator's Quest, like how 99 was Drifters? Old Peace was Operators. Old Peace was the Operators' counterpart quest to 1999. That might have actually killed her. Yeah, if I had taken less damage and had more stuff, then would have probably gone over better. And unfortunately, we don't have enough dark crystals to do any meta progression. But you know, oh well, I had a good time, and it's about time for us to be done. I mean, I kind of want to keep going because I was late enough that I worry that there won't be 2 hours of footage, but if we go again, we'll be at it for like another 20 minutes, and it'll be way too late. So we should be done now instead. So, thank you all very much for joining me here. Really appreciate you coming here to hang out with me. We will be back in 4 days, Wednesday if you live in the United States. It's up in the air whether or not I'm gonna soon change my stream schedule, maybe add a day. I'm very, very, very heavily considering it, such as maybe Thursday. But for now, I'm gonna assume that I again have a 3-day weekend between now and Wednesday, and Wednesday is gonna be Warframe Wednesday from now on. You know, might add Thursday to either play more Warframe or to play more chill stream. Maybe that'll be the new chill stream day or something. I'm not sure yet, though, but I do think it's probably prudent for me to at least slightly attempt to make streaming slightly better. You know, I could always maybe increase the duration. Maybe I could start Warframe Wednesday an hour earlier than what I've been doing. I'm not entirely sure. My life is just very strange. Like when I'm not streaming, my thoughts are dominated by playing Warframe and by all the animals and my family. So it's hard to get together in my head exactly what to do with everything, because I've never really been a successful streamer. I've always just had like a few people, and even now people have moved. Most people have moved on for the most part, which is, you know, I'm not gonna say that there's anything wrong with them doing that. Point being is that I'm not entirely certain how to grow, and I certainly don't want to grow in a way that feels inauthentic to the way I behave normally. So I suppose maybe what I need to do is I really need to look into how to multi-stream, whether that, even if that means that Twitch revokes my affiliate, you know, just whatever, you know, I'll multi-stream in that case. But then again, I don't know if multi-streaming would give me more viewers, not either, you know, so I have no idea. I don't really know what to do to make the streaming overall better. I just need to ask Tara if I can like hire other people to do her art style or something, because like she is so busy, and I'm sitting around here being like, but I don't want to get rid of like Tub and stuff from like my overlay and stuff, right? Like I like all that art. How is she, by the way, still in Japan? Yes, she is working abroad in Japan, and she is incredibly fucking busy, like so busy we barely talk because she is so busy. Because she's a teacher right now. I don't want to elaborate any further beyond that, though. You know, I'll let her tell her own story. So, good for her, but damn, that sucks. Yeah, we barely talk because she's just so busy with her job. And with the stress of being in a country, like a different country than where she grew up, you know, so. But yeah, so the result is that she doesn't have a lot of time. I even offered to like pay her to get some more art, and it's like she literally has so little time. Actually, the time zone doesn't help either. It's not that different from her Australian time zone, which already lined up with my abnormal retarded sleep schedule. Point being is that like she's so busy, I don't know how to get more art for the stream. You know, unless I'm gonna do something like literally asking her if I can give her permission to if she'll give permission for other artists to make more of her characters or whatever the fuck, you know, I don't know. But, you know, whatever the case is, either I'm gonna increase the amount of time I spend on each stream, or I'm gonna probably add at least one more day. You could travel back in time to 1999. Talk to her then. She was a baby. She was a literal infant. I don't think she had Tub back then, but you know. Look, it's the best I got. Also, the void isn't real in real life. So we can't use void magic to travel back in time in real life. Okay, we don't have that capability. We don't have that nonsense in real life. It'd be cool if we did. Also, I'm gonna say something weird that could potentially be blasphemous. If we're talking about real life circumstances, I fully support us going full-blown Orokin. Minus the murder and the evil. Mostly because I think that if a human society actually reached that technological level, I don't think we would actually become evil. So, you know, somebody can clip me on that for the future if they want to, and they can accuse me of being like the most disgusting human being ever. But I do think that humanity should like make themselves gods with technology. because I don't think we would end up being evil people if we did that. But there's my Warframe hot take. I don't think we would, but I go full Orchid or be evil. Who knows? Who knows what other people would do with godlike power? Like, I know that if I had godlike power, I wouldn't be a piece of shit. I'd be like, oh, cool, I'll make all the little animals of the world never die and be happy. And I would never kill anybody unless they were actually evil, Like, if I was God, like that whole saying, I'm more of like a Nietzsche in terms of how I feel about philosophical issues. Like, I think the whole idea of power corrupting is stupid. I don't think power corrupts, I think power enables. I think that weakness corrupts. I think that weakness is what leads to people sinning because they are so overwhelmed by negativity, aka their weaknesses, that it drives them to be tempted by sin. So I don't think power corrupts. I think that people are corrupted by their own experiences of negativity, and that negativity bleeds into everything that happens. And sometimes people can be positive people, no matter how much negativity hurts them throughout their lives. But there's a fucking reason that, like, criminals tend to be people who were, like, abused in some fashion when they were younger, or who suffered in some fashion when they were younger. Murderers, serial, offenders. Like, those types of people, they typically either had a mental illness, or they were, like, horribly abused when they were younger. So did power cause them to become evil? No. Weakness made them evil. Suffering made them evil, So, like, the idea of humanity becoming gods, like, that is a morally neutral idea to me. I don't think that humans would become evil if we became gods. I think we would just be overall the same, but except we would be more rational and logical people overall, and which would then result in less evil overall, so. But yeah, I don't know why I went into a rant about the Orokin. I guess to pad the time a little bit, because I really want this to make sure this is like 2 hours. I don't like it when it's like an hour and 50 minutes or less. But yeah, so if you happen to be new here and you enjoyed hanging out with us tonight, if you think I deserve a follow or a subscribe, I'd appreciate that quite a bit. We stream 3 times a week for approximately 2 hours. Probably going to be more soon, but that's how it is at the moment. And this stream will be re-uploaded to YouTube tomorrow night, where we'll join every single stream I've ever done. So if there are any you want to catch up on, you could find all of them there. Link is in the About section. And I know I've been an asshole about the uploads. A lot of them are completely unreleased, and that has been like a big procrastination problem of mine. I'm gonna make sure I do it this weekend, that I get everything finally re-uploaded. I've just been procrastinating on it. It's just very easy to sink into just playing Warframe. Because when I'm not playing Warframe, I'm thinking about my family and all my animals. And it's just, it's been very stressful. There was a stray tomcat that was new to my backyard that I should have brought indoors last night. I should have just sucked up, even though I'm tired and in pain, and I should have brought him indoors. But I didn't immediately do that, and the result is that one of the outdoor males chased that tomcat away. So I don't know if that tomcat's going to be back in my backyard anytime soon, which is bad because he was unfixed. He still had big fat nuts on his ass, okay? Which is not a good thing, because that means he's gonna go impregnate more stray cats, and that's very bad. So like, I fucked up, and I let myself give in to my just the lethargy that is the temptation of my disability. And so now that tomcat might not come back, and we might not be able to capture him and get him fixed. Ugh. So it's very annoying. But I should just suck up all the nonsense, and I should just force myself to finish doing all the stream uploads. I got all the ones that I didn't have on this Nuke laptop from the old laptop onto a hard drive, so I do have all of them. I just need to force myself to fucking finish doing all those re-uploads. You know, and this one will be re-uploaded as well, and it will be amongst them, and hopefully it doesn't look weird in the YouTube. I still have no idea if YouTube lists them based upon when you uploaded them or when you published them. I still have no idea, but whatever. If it looks weird, it looks weird, as long as they're there. Anyway, go forth and multiply, Christian Cat. Yeah, see, the problem is that it's bad. Because, like, I said this in my, like, a month ago, like, more than a month ago when Squeak died, and I did the stream about her. Stray cats are one of the most invasive species on Earth, you know, rivaled only by stray dogs. They utterly decimate the ecologies that they exist within, and I live within one of those ecologies because I live on the exact border between suburbia and rural Midwest countryside. Like, so there's a very bad stray cat problem in this area. A very bad stray cat problem. And so not only are they bad for the ecology because they decimate so many small animals that did not evolve parallel to them, but also the result of that is that they will continue multiplying, and then those cats will simply suffer starvation and thirst and predation and heat, you know, in this summer. During the winter, they freeze. Like, there's so many kittens right now that are dying in pain as I speak because they were born in some rural location, in some random place within 50 miles of where I live, and there's no human that is responsible, that is capturing them and getting them spayed and housed or anything. No, they're multiplying and they're just suffering and dying. So I should have captured that tomcat. I should have just sucked up the fact that I didn't want to bother yet, and I should have just gone and immediately captured him, but now I don't even know if I'll have the chance before he leaves permanently to find a female elsewhere. So that's really bad. And even aside from that, like, I'm just constantly thinking about these animals. I think that my family is fully on board that we're gonna try and make raw meat food for all the cats. Like, we'll grind up like chicken hearts or something, because they are obligate carnivores. If you ever see anybody ever intentionally feeding their cats vegan foods, you are looking at an abuser. You are looking at an animal abuser. And if you see them in real life, I would implore that you try to do something to stop them. Because it is actually abuse to do that. You know, well, morally speaking, I don't think that vegan diets for animals gets anybody arrested, but it's morally just abusive. So, we're probably gonna try and start giving them raw meat foods, but we're gonna have to, like, grind up a bunch of raw meat, and we're gonna have to find it fairly cheap. Or else it's just not gonna be affordable, especially for 6 animals. Jesus. But, oh well, you know. And literally every day since that stream on June 3rd, literally every day I have visited her grave. Literally every single day. Even in the rain. And if I'm gonna be honest, most often it's twice. Twice a day. Excuse me. So unfortunately my mind is dominated by things that don't inevitably have to do with the future. And so that the result is that I don't really know what to do with the streaming. I probably should stream more. It's just that my headspace is dominated by so many other things that just completely pull away from the prospect of trying to make streaming into like a job, like work. Like, I just don't really know how to do that, other than just to maybe slightly increase the days or the duration. I have no idea. I'll have to figure it out. Or I'll have to try and make more stuff with my tabletop role-playing game that me and my brother are developing. My brother is trying to find more and more jobs to do. He just wants to make money, apparently, so that we can survive. But that calls into question what the hell his own internal long-term plan is that he's thinking of. I think I've rambled enough. I think this is definitely adequate. I think this is definitely adequate time. So yeah, I should be getting the hell out of here. So thank you all very much for being here. I appreciate your support in every capacity. I hope you have a good afternoon, evening, morning, etc. And I will see you all again Wednesday with Warframe. Ciao!